Okay, this is the homework check for the 4th grade that is working through quarter 2. And anytime you see the word compare in math, I want you to immediately think of greater than, less than, or equal to. So in the beginning, we look at the 10,000s place, and immediately we see that 54,382 is greater than 48,937. But in the second one, we have the same digit in the millions place. We have to go to the 100,000s place. And we see now that 3,282,493 is less than 3,711,183. When you see the word sum, you know that's the answer to an addition problem. That means that these two numbers we're putting together are called add-ins. Add-in plus add-in equals sum. 9 plus 8, think I'm going to steal one from the 8 to give to the 9, so it's really 10 plus 7, 17. We can give this 1 to the 7, so we've really got a doubles fact. 8 plus 8, that's 16. 5 and 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. 6 and 1 is 7, and bring down our 1. 17,867. A coffee shop orders 212 boxes of coffee bags each month. If there are 68 bags of coffee in each box, about how many bags of coffee do they order each month? Because you see the word about, that gives you permission to estimate or round. So we are going to pretend like we've got about 200 boxes and about 68 bags of coffee. 70 bags of coffee. And we just get to multiply that. But we're going to let that 0 hang off. And we have a simple problem now. Bring the 0 straight down. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 0 is 0. And 7 times 2 is 14. So we can say that there are about 14,000 bags of coffee that they order each month. So remember, if you see the word about, it gives you permission to round. Okay, now we have to find the quotient. That's the answer to a division problem. And we have a nifty little way of doing this. We put our 5, which is the divisor, on the outside, and we're going to stretch out and give some space between the digits in the dividend here. So we say dividend divided by the divisor equals the quotient. So we're going to draw a nice rectangle. We like this method because this is as much space as it takes up. In the old way, how your parents learned, long division took up lots and lots of space on the paper. Okay, and we want to have room to put a digit in front of each of our digits up here, except for the first one. We don't need to put anything in front of it. So we start with making groups of 5. If we're making groups of 5, how many can we get if we only have 3 of something? Well, none. 0 times 5 is 0. We subtract, and that difference is 3. It pops up in front of the next digit. So now we're looking at 34. How many groups of 5 could we get if we had 34? You're thinking of your 5 multiplication facts. You want to get as close as you can without going over. So 6 times 5 is 30. See, we didn't go over 34. When we subtract, the difference is 4. That difference pops right up here. Now we're looking at 47. Still thinking of your 5 multiplication facts, and 9 times 5 is 45. That's really close. Difference of 2. 2 comes up. Now you're looking at 27. 5 times 5 is 25. And when we subtract, we have this left over. That's called the remainder. It's what's remaining when you're done. So we write remainder of 2. So the final answer up here, if you look, it's really 695 with a remainder of 2. This says complete the pattern and find the rule, but we know you must find the rule before you complete the pattern. And we can see that each time it's going down. So it appears to be subtracting something, and the distance between each jump is 7. So the rule appears to be take away 7 or minus 7. If we start with 80 to Take away 7, that gets us down to 73. And then take away 7 from that. Well, taking away 3 would get us back to 70. We need to go back 4 more, so that would put us to 66. Now take away 7. Well, if we take away 6 back to 60, we would just need 1 more, and that would be 59. Now when we compare our fractions to see which is greater, they've given us circles. A little bit later on, we'll start doing stacked rectangles because I think it's way easier. And it appears they have failed to give us the fraction for the first one. So go ahead and add this in. We're going to make it be 1/2. We're also going to draw that in, shade in 1/2. You'll do a better job than I did, sure. And then for the thirds now, to do a circle with thirds, I kind of do a really fat Y. It's very hard to get odd numbers evenly divided with in a circle. Do the best you can. Now we have to shade 2 of those. There's one piece. Here's the other piece. And so now when you look at the shaded parts, you can see that 1/2 is less than 2/3. Now we get to decompose. That means take apart. When you compose something, you put it together, like composing music or composing a writing piece. But when you decompose, you take it apart. And we've got to decompose the fraction in 2 different ways. The first way we learned how to do it was just to break the 5 apart into ones. So 1/6 plus 1/6. And we have to do this 5 times. There's the third one. Here's the fourth one. Here's the fifth one. So all of these 1/6, because there are 5 of them, add up to 5/6. Now we have to do it a different way. And all that means is think of a different way besides adding up ones that would make 5. Well, how about 2/6 plus 3/6? Because 2 plus 3 is 5. One more way you could do it, you could do a 1/6 plus a 4/6. Because all you're doing is adding the numerator. The denominator, that tells the size of the pieces. And the size of the pieces aren't changing. You're just decomposing them. Okay, for the last one, we have to add fractions. And we start with pictures. So we're going to write what they stand for. In this first one that's green on my paper, it's not on yours, it'll be dark, 1/4, that means 1 piece out of 4, plus, look, there are 2, so this is 2, and they're still fourths because there are 4 pieces. So if we count all of these fourths, we've got 1, 2, 3, so that's 3/4. It's the same as adding the 1 and the 2. And I've told some of my other classes, since these pieces are all the same, they're fourths. You can say 1 piece plus 2 pieces equals 3 pieces. Just know that your pieces, the size of your pieces, they're called fourths. Okay, now the bottom one is subtraction. It's not adding. It means if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 fifths, and you take away 2 of those fifths, what happens? So we're going to write that, 4 fifths. Take away the 2 fifths. And we're going to actually do that. I'm going to mark this one out and mark this one out. What are we left with? 2 of the pieces, right? And each of those pieces is called a fifth. So we have 2 of the fifths left. 4 fifths minus 2 fifths equals 2 fifths.